That evening, the city felt louder than usual. Horns stitched a restless pattern through the air, and I caught my reflection in the window. Eyes tired, jaw clenched, mind somewhere else entirely. I had always believed happiness showed up when life behaved, when the money came, when the relationship was tidy, when the promotion landed on time. But that night, a strange idea arrived, as soft and insistent as a whisper. What if happiness wasn't something I found, but something I built? I wrote the question on a page. Is there a scientific way to be happy? It looked almost foolish in ink, like asking if you could teach sunlight to be warm. I closed the notebook, but the question kept walking around the room with me. A week later, curiosity dragged me to a lecture by a neuroscientist named Dr. Aisha Mehra. She stood under a pale pool of light and said, "Joy is not luck. It's chemistry, attention, and practice." She spoke of dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, molecules that glow when we do simple human things. Say thank you, like we mean it. Help someone without announcing it. Notice a small good thing and let it land. Happiness is not a trophy, she said. It's a process. I walked out into the cool night, feeling as though someone had quietly turned on a switch inside my chest. Once you hear a true thing, the world starts confirming it everywhere. At work, I met Kabir, a quiet man who cleaned the ward at the hospital where my friend Ria was interning. When a patient smiled, Kabir's face lit like a festival lamp. "Best part of my day," he told me, tucking his broom against the wall. "I feel I'm part of the healing." He didn't speak about salary or titles. He spoke about meaning. I realized I had spent years chasing finish lines while the road itself was trying to love me back. I began a small experiment with myself. No rituals, no apps, no declarations. Just 10 quiet minutes in the morning to breathe and listen, and 10 at night to return to myself. The first week, my mind galloped like a horse that hadn't seen grass in years. By the second week, it tired of running and wandered closer. I noticed how a single sincere thank you could soften my shoulders. I noticed how the day rearranged itself when I helped a stranger lift a bag into the bus rack. Nothing dramatic, just a steady warmth where the cold corners used to be. But the heart was a heavier door. I had grievances stored carefully, like artifacts I wasn't ready to bury. An old betrayal, a friendship that ended with silence, my own mistakes, replayed with ruthless clarity. One evening I told Dr. Mehra, "I think I've forgiven them." She raised an eyebrow. "Or you've labeled the drawer forgiven and kept the contents?" I laughed, then stopped. She was right, so I tried something simpler. Each night I picked one small resentment and set it down without ceremony. Some nights it slid from my hands. Other nights it clung like burrs. But slowly, breath by breath, I began to feel a band loosen around my chest. Forgiveness, it turned out, wasn't about other people behaving. It was about my lungs making room again. With that room came gratitude, not the polite kind, but the quiet faith that even the difficult days were shaping something decent in me. Home shifted too. My mother, Mehra, started a small ritual at dinner. "One bright thing," she'd say, and we went around the table. A kind word from a colleague, the smell of rain on dust, a joke badly told and perfectly timed. The house felt lighter after that, as if someone opened a window we didn't know was painted shut. We argued less. We listened more. Even the walls seemed to breathe. On Saturdays, I'd visit my friend Arjun at his studio. He danced like a happy accident, imperfect, wholehearted, glorious. When I'm here, he said, chest heaving, time goes away. I picked up a pencil and sketched badly, then a guitar and strummed verse. Every now and then, the room would tilt, and I'd fall into that current artist's call flow, where attention settles in the present and refuses to move. I walked home lighter, as if the city had shifted an inch to accommodate me. There were lessons in friendship too. My oldest friend, Sana, has a way of laughing that makes other people honest. She doesn't let me hide. Tell me the true thing, she'll say. And the true thing arrives, trembling but grateful to be invited. When I started guarding time for these conversations, no screens, no second agendas, my mind quieted in a way that no productivity hack had ever managed. I began to understand what the studies meant by calling friends emotional vitamins. With the right people, even silence is nourishment. I couldn't ignore the body. A physician named Dev introduced me to an idea as simple as thirst. Your mind is not separate from your body, he said, handing me a pair of walking shoes. We walked 20 minutes as the sky pinked above the flyover, and somewhere between footfalls, I realized my thoughts were clearer. I ate my next meal without a screen. Food had flavor again, and when I finally treated sleep like a rite and not a garnish, the day stopped crashing into itself. Technology, however, was a sly opponent. My phone was a siren with perfect pitch, so I made rules and kept them like vows. A few hours each day when the phone went into a drawer. Notifications trimmed to the bone. Screens banished an hour before bed. It felt severe on the first day and merciful by the third. My attention returned like a loyal dog that only needed to be called by name. Somewhere in the middle of all this, I found my happy place. Not a resort or a mountain, though I love both, but a chair by the window, where a plant lifts its leaves to the light. I kept a book there and a blanket. When the world grew loud, I sat and let my breath discover its own rhythm. Sometimes I only stayed 5 minutes, but the chair learned me, and I learned the way back. Of course, there was a trap waiting, shiny and dangerous. The idea that I must be happy all the time. The first time grief visited, after months of calm, I scolded myself for regressing. Then I remembered Dr. Mehra's voice. Joy is honest. So is sorrow. You can't heal by pretending you're not human. I sat with the ache until it softened. It did not vanish, but it changed shape from enemy to messenger. When I let myself feel all of it, sadness, anger, fear, happiness stopped being a performance and became a home I could return to. The story wove itself through work too. My boss, Raghav, had always insisted on outcomes. One morning he asked about a project and I said carefully, "Give me room to do it my way." He did. That small grant of autonomy colored the whole week. I set a rhythm, learned something new each day, and pinned the task to a reason that mattered to me. The deliverable landed on time, but more importantly, I liked the person who delivered it. Success didn't build my happiness. Happiness built my success. One evening, Kabir stopped me in the corridor and handed me a shoelace. "A gift," he said, grinning. I must have looked confused. "A friend told me your DNA ends have little caps, telomeres, like these plastic tips. Stress shortens them. Peace protects them. Tie your days gently." I tied the lace into a loose knot and kept it on my desk. Some truths only stick when they are tied to something you can touch. Looking back, the transformation wasn't a thunderclap. It was a room filling with light, one window at a time. I began to understand that happiness doesn't wait at the end of the road. It walks with you if you let it. It hides in a sincere thank you, in a helping hand, in a phone silenced so you can hear your own breath. It flourishes where meaning lives, at work, at home, in love, in friendship. And it withers under the weight of performances, perfect images, and unspoken truths. If you came into this story tired and a little lost, take this with you. There is a way back. You don't need to conquer your life to begin. Sit by a window. Breathe for 10 minutes. Tell someone the true thing. Put your phone in a drawer and let the quiet find you. When the hard feelings come, make them tea and listen. When a small joy appears, let it land. I used to think happiness was something I'd stumble upon if I ran fast enough. Now I know it's something I create. The way a gardener coaxes life from soil, a little water, a little light, a little patience every single day. And in that slow, deliberate making, the city grows kinder, the mirror grows softer, and the life I'm living finally feels like one I chose.